The Odyssey is not only a masterpiece, but it is also, in my opinion, Christopher Nolan's best movie that he has ever made. And I know to some of you that may sound like blasphemy, because I know how highly regarded movies like Interstellar and The Dark Knight are. And while yes, Interstellar is a very good movie, and The Dark Knight is one of my favorite movies ever made, I think that movie is fantastic, The Odyssey outshines both of those movies by so much. It is just such a spectacular movie from the moment it starts to the moment it ends. It's everything I wanted it to be and then more. Like, this is a film that just keeps getting better. Like, every minute of this movie is better than the last. Like, oh my god, it was so fucking good. And being able to experience this masterpiece in theaters honestly made it so much better. Like, this is truly a movie that deserves to be in theaters, which obviously all movies do, but like, honestly, watching this movie in theaters on the big screen was something else. But before I get any further and explain why I like this movie so much and give my reasons for it, this video will include spoilers, so big fat spoiler warning right now. If you haven't seen this movie, go see it and then come back and watch this video, because once again, there's going to be major spoilers. You still here? Alright, let's do this. So the first thing I really liked about this movie, and honestly this is by far my favorite thing about it, is that there is not a moment in this film that feels slow or where it drags on. And that's usually my biggest complaint with Christopher Nolan films. There are just moments or times in the movie where it just feels like it's dragging on. Like, I remember when I watched Interstellar for the first time and I was like really far into the movie and I was like, okay, we have to be nearing the end by now, right? And then I tapped the screen and I saw that I still had 30 minutes to go. I was like, god damn, I still have 30 minutes of this movie? And Interstellar is a very good movie, and don't get me wrong, but honestly, there were some bits that felt like could have been like shortened a little bit. And I also remember when I watched Oppenheimer, the entire third act of that film felt like it was dragging on. Like, I remember sitting there in the theater like, okay, can we like hurry this up a little, please? The Odyssey did not have that, which thank god it didn't, because it really made the experience of watching it so much better. The movie was, I think it's like 3 hours, I think, or it's close to 3 hours, but honestly, it felt like 30 minutes to an hour maximum. The movie flew by for me, which to me is always a compliment, because if I'm watching a movie and it feels like it's taking forever, then it honestly, I kind of get taken out of the story bit, because I'm just like, oh my fucking god, this movie's so slow and boring. But with The Odyssey and other films like it, where the pacing is just phenomenal, I'm like, damn, this is a good ass movie. I honestly could go on and on about the pacing, because like, it's just something I really appreciated, because like I said earlier, that's something I don't really like about Christopher Nolan films, is that there are moments in it where the pacing's kind of slow, but thank god this movie did not have that issue and it just flew right by for me, and every minute of this film was just spectacular. The second thing I really liked about the film was it was a really good unexpected horror. Like, it's not a horror film overall, but there are some like damn good scary sequences in this film, like that sequence in the beginning with the Cyclops and Odysseus's men in the cave, and seeing them all trying to hide from the Cyclops while it's picking off and eating his men one by one. And that scream that it let out when one of Odysseus's men stabbed him in the eye, oh my god. And the sequence where they're all running from the Cyclops after Odysseus' dumbass shot him with an arrow was also really cool. But honestly, by far, hands down, the scariest sequence in the entire movie was the scene where Circe, I think the woman's name was, turns all of Odysseus' men into pigs. When that scene happened, I was actually sitting there in the theater like this. I was like, what the fuck? It was just such a creepy and unsettling sequence of events. Like, it was just so fucking like scary to see Circe turn them all into pigs as his men are just stuffing their faces full of her food. That scene actually creeped me the fuck out, and I watched this movie with a couple of my friends, and when I saw their faces during this scene, they genuinely had this facial expression on their faces. Oh my god, that was by far the most unsettling scene in the whole fucking movie. I honestly never thought the same dude who made like The Dark Knight and Interstellar could make a scene like that and have it actually be super unsettling. God damn, Christopher Nolan should honestly make a horror movie. He could clearly make a damn good one. Another thing I absolutely loved are the performances by all of the actors, but I think by far my favorite performance in the movie besides Matt Damon is Robert Pattinson as Antinous. I don't know how you say his name, but Robert Pattinson did such a good job playing the character, because I fucking hated him. Oh my god. Every time him and the character that Corey Hawkins played, again, I forget their names, appeared on screen, I actually got pissed off because god damn. And that just goes to show how good of a performance they did, because if they were able to make me like so fucking mad every time they appeared on screen and spoke, they did a damn good job. Everyone in this movie did such an amazing job with their roles. Oh my god, there was not like a single like bad performance, I could say. Everyone in this movie clearly brought their A game. I mean, by far the two greatest performances in this movie, in my opinion, were obviously Robert Pattinson and Matt Damon, but Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Elliot Page, they all put up great and amazing performances. Another thing I loved about the movie were the battles. Oh my god, the battles were fucking awesome. Obviously, seeing the Trojan horse story unfold on the big screen was fucking cool. I mean, despite the fact that we all know about the story of the Trojan horse, which, funny enough, I actually didn't know that it came from the Odyssey. I thought it was like a real story, but no, it comes from the Odyssey. That battle was by far my favorite, but all of the battle scenes were just so fucking good. All the fight and the combat scenes were really amazing. The fight choreography was so good. The action in this movie was just perfect. All the scenes were super engaging and fun to watch. And by far my favorite action sequence in this movie was at the end where Odysseus reveals that he's still alive when he's fighting all of Antinous' men off. I don't know how to say his name and I'm sorry if I butchered it, but that scene was fucking badass. Odysseus, holy shit, that man can throw hands. I mean, Telemachus had a bit more trouble with just one dude, but then again, he's not as trained nor experienced in combat as Odysseus is, but honestly, Telemachus put up a really good and engaging fight against that one dude, handing down all of Antinous' men the weapons. All the combat scenes, all the war scenes in this movie were just fucking amazing. And it's also really funny how like every scene Agamemnon is in, I'm really sorry if I butchered that, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's this dude. It's so funny how like he does almost nothing this entire film except ore farm. The only notable thing he does is he sacrifices a woman's child to the gods, and then that woman ends up killing him for it. It's just so funny how every time he was on screen, he was just ore farming to the max, especially during the battle in the city of Troy. Like, he was just standing there like fucking Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. Like, we see the fit, bro. We don't have to flex on us. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the fit goes hard. He does have drip. That fit is fucking cool as hell. I don't know, I just thought it was so funny because like the first time I saw him, I got the impression like, okay, this dude's gonna be like some badass and fight off like 50 men at once, but no, all he practically did was aura farm. But honestly, that just kind of wraps up my general thoughts on this film. So overall, I give the Odyssey a 10 out of 10. For the first time on this channel, I am granting a movie the title of masterpiece, because god damn it, this movie deserves that title. It was spectacular from start to finish, and I'm so glad I got to see it in theaters. And that's gonna do it for the video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.